Well, I already pounded 2 of these bad boys, so I am
That's
ready
a lot, dude.
to...
These fucking things have 270 milligrams of caffeine.
Well, it still is in a small can, so I thought it was...
It seems like...
It seems small.
But if it was that much acid, think about what it would do to you. You really have to think about it that way.
Yeah, I did acid once.
Yeah?
Only one time.
I did it once last week.
Yeah, did you really do it last?
Awesome.
Yeah?
I've done it 3 times. I only did it this year for the first time, but I've done it 3 times this year.
Really?
Yeah.
And you feel like all the doors, the hinges of the brain, they're still going?
I don't know if they were any good at all before. I think I'm gluing them up. It's like caulk for my brain.
Yeah. I shroomed many times, you know, over the years. I did acid once, did not like it at all. Every time I close my eyes, I had these like 3-dimensional triangles flying at me. Like, could not, you know, when you just can't stop your brain. Like I felt that there was no end to it. Shrooms, it's always like very natural and nice and pleasant.
Yeah, that's the concern, right? The concern is the potency of acid. I heard it described by Terence McKenna as like molecularly, if you looked at it in scale, it's something the size of an ant that can break down the Empire State Building in 30 minutes.
That's a bit much for me at this point. You know what I mean? I turned 40 this year. I don't need to break down the Empire State Building or any other building at this point. Now it's really about keeping the mental faculties I have, adding in a little more occasionally and going from there.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? You have to function, right?
Yes.
Like you have a show, you're doing comedy, all the stuff. Like at some point, the expansion of the mind is like, I still got to be on Earth. You know,
if you're going to do the show, you definitely have to be there. You have to be there. But Duncan and I did a show on acid. We did our last podcast. With full disclosure, we were on acid during our last podcast.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in a room sober with these people.
Well, it's less is expected of me, I think, than you. You're expected to be rational. But being a stand-up comedian / cage fighting commentator, you get a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could say some pretty stupid shit.
Yeah.
People go, it's
right.
That's who he is.
Probably got hit in the head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, you know, obviously we're going to do election, but there's a couple updates. So I haven't been here in about a year, a little more than a year. A couple things I want to tell you before we start.
What's going on?
First off, so I got a house last week, not too far from here. Building a home studio. I'm very excited.
That's
it's
so
very
awesome.
cool. My fans are funding it, which is amazing. So a ton of stuff has happened since last. But I told you last time that I would know that I've hit a certain level of success when I'm not sitting on an IKEA couch and did not have IKEA stuff around me everywhere. Now, I did bring all the IKEA stuff, but I made one purchase for the new house, only one purchase.
You got a real couch?
I got a real couch.
That's nice.
I got a real couch. I mean, I'm talking people delivered it and I didn't have to put it together. It was I didn't even know that that was a thing, that they come put together. Did you know that?
IKEA stuff is bullshit. If you just charge $10 more and put it together, everybody would... Probably costs more than $10 though, right? Isn't that the whole thing?
It costs more than 10. Yeah. If for them to put it together for you.
Well, the IKEA, do they put it together for you? Will they do that?
They will, but it's going to be more than $10. I don't even mind putting it together. It was just time for me not to have to put together furniture.
I put a desk together once, and it's, you know, it was like, I forget if it had an estimate of how much time it took, but it took me 4 fucking hours.
Were you on acid? Was this an acid situation?
Totally sober.
That would be something.
Screwdriver and shit.
IKEA assembly on acid.
I bet you'd do it better. You know, like
you'd figure out.
Doc Willis, the guy who pitched a no-hitter on acid.
Yeah.
You know, he was fucked up all day. He was doing acid, and then he got the call and didn't know he was supposed to play that day. And it's like, oh no, they want me to play today.
And think about it. He like got his shit together. Forget just pitching. Just imagine getting your shit together, getting there. Just that in and of itself.
Well, it depends on, I guess, your biological makeup, how it hits you. You know, because I know a lot of friends who just can't smoke pot. It just doesn't work with them. And with me, it works great. It's my favorite.
What do you like, indica or sativa or hybrid?
I prefer sativa, but if someone's passing around the indica joint, I don't say no.
See, all my comic friends like sativa.
Yeah.
I like indica because for me at this point, and I guess this goes back to the doors and the mind thing, like I don't want to think anymore if I'm smoking. I don't smoke pot to think or to write or anything. I smoke pot because it's 11:30 at night and I'm going to take one puff and watch a Seinfeld that I've seen 3,000 times already or a Simpsons that I've seen and that's it. You know what I mean? Like I don't smoke to like all my comic friends, I smoke and write and I'm like, no.
So it's a decompressing agent for you.
Purely.
Yeah.
Purely, yeah.
Well, you know, people get real wary when you start talking about pot or acid or even alcohol because there's a lot of people that everyone knows that have kind of fucked their life up doing that. But 35,000 people die driving every year. It doesn't stop us from driving.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and obviously if you're doing acid, most likely you're not going to kill somebody else. So it's, you know, the responsibility of driving is
You could
even more
jump out a
intense.
window like Helen Hunt in that. Did you ever see that infomercial, that kids thing? They showed
Helen
it at
Hunt?
high school. They showed it in high schools when I was growing up. I think it was Helen Hunt. You know which one I'm talking about?
No.
That educational video where they showed these high school kids. And it's Helen Hunt as like a 15-year-old, and she's on acid, and she jumps out a window and breaks the window. It just kills herself at school.
That's a fucking old Bill Hicks bit. Remember that Bill Hicks bit? Young man on acid, thought he could fly, jumps off the building. What a tragedy. He goes, what a dick. He thought he could fly. Why didn't he try taking off from the ground first? He goes, we lost a moron.
Man, we need a Hicks. Don't we need a Hicks? Every day I wake up and I go, man, I wish we had Carlin still, because we still, you know, okay, obviously there's plenty of good comics out there, and there's such a breadth of stuff to.
I don't need to see Helen Hunt
to talk about. You know how many times that's been said before?
A lot.
That's Paul Reiser. It's on his business card, I think.
He wakes up in the middle like, no. Okay, it's over.